Hey soldiers, there's a new crypto out there, and this one is different from all the others because it involves gathering and storing your biometric data. In this case, takes a scan of your eye. It's called WorldCoin, and it's being pushed pretty heavily in the developing world, it's especially Africa. It's like they are going through with some techno neo-colonialism and promising these citizens a pittance in order to obtain invaluable biometric data. Now, Sam Altman, he is the head of OpenAI, what you chat GPT. He's acting as firefighter and arsonist on this because he's saying, look, yeah, I know I created this AI, but we got to fear AI. And I'm going to sell you the solution to keep AI in its place, right? So that's the game that he's playing. Sam Altman has been recognized as one of the World Economic Forum's future leaders. He's being groomed to, be one of these, neo-techno overlords out there. You know about people such as Mark Zuckerberg. You don't know much about Sam Altman, but you should start to learn about him. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at this by examining what exactly is WorldCoin, what it does, what it wants to do. Then we're going to take a look at, whether or not this is something that these countries are going to allow to happen. More and more countries are saying, wait a minute, slow this game down. We're not so sure we're going to allow you to do this because what are you doing with this biometric data? And then finally, I need you to comment, okay, throughout this video. Comment on how you feel about this. Is this something that you're willing to sign on to, give away your biometric data for a WorldCoin? Look, I suspect that the Soldiers of Finance audience is not going to sign on to anything like this, see right through it. But I still want to understand where you're coming from, how you see this. So comment. What is WorldCoin? Sam Altman's eye-scanning global ID orb project explained. WorldCoin has introduced a concept called proof of personhood. So as we move forward into this brave new world, you're going to have to prove you're a person in order to keep AI bots out of its global financial network. WorldCoin hopes to step into the realm of verifying whether or not people are authentically human versus an AI bot. They launched the service, WorldCoin, in late July of 2023 by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. WorldCoin has introduced a concept, again, called proof of personhood. Users verify their personhood in the WorldCoin ecosystem in order to participate in its global financial network. Okay, now listen to where we're going here. You're going to have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops, okay, 10, 15, 20 years from now. We're going into that environment where you're going to have to jump through hoops to prove not only you are who you say you are, but that you are a human to begin with, okay? Now, they've got the CAPTCHA out there. You know how it says, how many motorcycles do you see? Click every square where you see a motorcycle. They've got that kind of thing out there. They've got some other methodologies. But now they're trying to convince you that they need your biometric data in order to simplify it for you. So you won't have to figure out how many squares contain a motorcycle. The company just 2 days ago said that new users were entering its system at an average rate of 7.6 seconds. So one every 7.6 seconds, indicating substantial growth. With about 2 million users already registered in total. They want all 8 billion of us, humans on the planet. All right, now here's how they go about getting your information. In order to confirm your personhood through the WorldCoin platform, users must acquire a World ID. Okay, got to get your World ID. World ID is the fundamental proof of personhood that WorldCoin's developers have touted, available to users who have had their irises scanned by a device called the Orb. irises, like fingerprints, are distinct for every person on the earth. Thus, when the orb scans a person's eyes and generates an identification code based on the structure of the iris, it is necessarily going to be a distinct code from anyone else. This so-called iris code is generated and then saved on WorldCoin's decentralized blockchain, set up to ensure that no one is able to fraudulently create or manipulate an existing iris code. Okay, so we're being told that, hey, this is foolproof, don't worry about it. I know that we just developed artificial intelligence, and now we got these orbs deployed around the world. We're going to Mars. We're going to scan your eyeballs. We got, all kinds of synthetic meat being developed. But trust me, no one can crack this code. It's just like the Titanic. Remember, it was unsinkable. Oh, wait a minute. These scans of the iris are anonymized so as to be untraceable to a particular person, but to still ensure that no one can duplicate the process and receive a second iris code. Now, I'm just a caveman, okay? Your cell phones scare me, but how can we say that it's going to be anonymized when it's going to be linked to you in such a way that it would verify who you are throughout these networks? I don't know. Seems counterintuitive to me. But again, I have not studied computer science. Once a user has an iris code, WorldCoin's platform then issues a world ID and deletes the images of the user's irises. Really? Because the info is secured on the blockchain. Users do not need to scan their eyes every time they participate in platform activities in order to verify their identities. Okay, so we've got this company, WorldCoin. They've launched orbs in major cities across Asia, Europe, North and South America, and Africa, among other regions. In the U.S., some of the first orbs were made available in San Francisco and New York. Yeah, I think those populations would be ripe for the picking, so to speak. Other orbs are anticipated to come to cities in the coming months. The WorldCoin app and crypto token, the eye scanners and ID codes are simply the first part of the WorldCoin platform. Users should also familiarize themselves with the World app, the central repository of World IDs. World app can be seen as a combination of a cryptocurrency wallet, something like a two-factor authentication service, and a portal to a variety of other apps and offerings. So just give us your biometric data and we'll make all kinds of things available to you. Another thing that they're touting with this system is the ability to send a universal basic income through it, because Sam Altman is supposing that at some point artificial intelligence is going to take so many jobs that in order for people to have income, it'll need to be a universal basic income. And his system, WorldCoin, will make it easier to apply that to accounts. Now, that's a whole other kettle of fish in terms of the dystopian nature of a UBI, especially in a post-COVID environment where we have seen our governments demonstrate a propensity to link your economic well-being to your compliance with various government edicts. So that's kind of the gist of this. Now, there is the WorldCoin token that is associated with this as well. I'm not high on this, as you could probably surmise. Listen, there are several countries that are saying, you know what, wait just a minute. This is not sounding like something that we want to just let Sam Altman run wild on, okay? At least this is the position that they are taking so far. Germany announced Friday that it has been quietly investigating WorldCoin, a new iris scanning cryptocurrency venture by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, which seemingly brings the total number of European investigations into the scheme up to 3, signaling what could be a tough regulatory road ahead for the project. Also, Kenya has suspended WorldCoin operations.
And the government has suspended all activities associated with the cryptocurrency project WorldCoin due to security concerns. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki says the government is concerned with the controversial project, which has so far registered thousands of Kenyans. The Interior Ministry further saying the suspension will remain in effect until relevant agencies assess the exercise and certify the absence of any security risks. Kindiki added that anybody found further aiding or engaging in the activities will be dealt with as prescribed by law. WorldCoin, owned by American artificial intelligence AI, is being registered or has been registering thousands of Kenyans by having an individual scan their iris, and in exchange for 25 free WorldCoin tokens valued at approximately 8,000 shillings.
So as of right now, Germany, France, and the UK have all launched investigations, and the project is declining to pay users for their eye scans in the United States, citing regulatory concerns. Based on the U.S. law, the WorldCoin company is interpreting that law to mean that if they did issue the token, the United States would see it as a security. So that's what we have. These countries are not high on this. But again, if Sam Altman is plugged in to the World Economic Forum, and this is something that, just wasn't communicated well to the legislators and regulators in these various countries, then it might still take on. Now, am I doing this? Never, ever. I am actually trying to position myself to one day, this is one of my goals in life, okay? I want to sail the Atlantic, and another goal I have is not to need an internet connection. Okay, I don't want to have to engage and interact on the internet in perpetuity. I'm fine with being an out-of-touch hermit at some point in my life. Now, I can't do that now because I would never be able to get to that point if, unless I use the capability of the internet right now in order to build up, my resources, right? But that's my end goal. I don't want to have to interact with the internet at all, let alone, I'm never going to scan, not voluntarily. They might, you ever see A Clockwork Orange when they held the guy's eyes open with that little apparatus? Okay, so they might get me like that, strapped down in the chair and make me do it. But that's the only way it would happen, okay, is me resisting. And I don't like this idea because it sets a precedent for a corporation cataloging biometric data, and not just any corporation, okay? We're not talking about a pharmaceutical, which I have a problem with that as well, or some medical company. You can say, well, the state has your biometric data. They have your state, capital S, has your biometric data. They have your fingerprints. Yeah, they do. I can't fight the state. They have it, okay? And that's that, all right? But I'm not going to give it voluntarily to a technology corporation. If they get it, they'll do so surreptitiously and without my knowledge. But I'm never going to do, because I don't know how far they'll take that, all right? I don't know what technologies will be developed after that. Well, you may be able to tell something about my genetics or my predisposition to certain illnesses through biometric data. And that may impact my ability to get insurance, all right? It may impact the price of insurance, for example. So, no thanks. Now, I want to hear from you, though. What are your thoughts on this? Are you thinking about going out here and letting these guys scan your iris? Do you see this as a problem? Is the crypto token, is it worth it, maybe? Just going and doing it? Listen, I also want you to take a look at this technology company, Tesla. Tesla's doing some big things in the way of not just cars, but their stock and their performance of late has actually convinced a competitor to leave the industry. Major car company just said, we're done. We can't compete with Tesla. Watch the video. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.